Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for joining us on a Tuesday. It's time now for the John and Heidi Show, brought to you in part by insane people. Oh, no, wait, I'm reading my notes wrong. We're going to talk to an insane person later. We've got Tuesdays with Charlie today, Heidi.
I love Tuesdays with Charlie.
Yeah, he's not really insane. Sometimes I think he's losing his mind, but he's not insane. I love the guy. And you know what? I get people all the time that tell me, they say, it sounds like you guys have a lot of fun working together, you and your wife. And the one just recently said, I really like listening on Tuesday because your wife laughs so much. You can tell that those two have a good relationship. So they do. I think we do. I think we all do. It's a lot of fun. This is, we put the fun in dysfunctional. So, good stuff. I got a quote for you from Taylor Swift. Giving up doesn't always mean you're weak. Sometimes you're just strong enough to let go.
That's a good
way.
one.
Good way to look at things.
Yep.
There you go. We're going to let go of this conversation. We'll pick up another one in a bit. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
There are monthly subscriptions for razors and coffee and many other things, but this is the best monthly subscription ever. Ladies, listen up. Odiva has a monthly subscription for your monthly visitor. You know it's going to happen every month, and how many times have you been caught off guard? Odiva will send you a box discreetly each month with the products you want, with plans starting at less than $4 a month. Get a special offer right now at radiosavings.com, helping women prepare for their monthly visitor for less. Try it now at radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. First, it's time to close that giant pop-up ad that jumped up in my way. It is Tuesday, the 20th day of March, and I get this from the National Day Calendar. So if you ever wonder where I get these things, and they have ads that pop up now. They never used to have that. Mm-hmm. Apparently, it's because of all my traffic there. They're saying, hey, let's throw some ads in John's face. So today is National Native HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. It is National Proposal Day. So good day to propose, you think? Or do you think it's like a proposal for like a job?
I don't know.
Like a business, I wonder.
Either or.
National Ravioli Day. Oh, I used to have like I loved raviolis. I haven't had one for like years. I don't know why.
I've never cared for ravioli.
Really? And that's probably why I haven't had them in years then. Spring officially begins today, and then it'll, be the first full day, I think, tomorrow, but it begins sometime today. And then National Ag Day is today. So a lot of stuff going on this 20th day of March. So isn't tomorrow? Let me look and see. Maybe today. It doesn't say first full day of spring, so spring begins today. So there we go. I guess we'll just go with that. On this 20th day of March.
Nice.
I feel as though I said that once.
Yes, you did.
On this 20th day of March. Thanks for listening.
John and Heidi.
Sadly, more than 350 million people suffer from depression. Scientifically, your actual brain chemistry levels are affected. Now a breakthrough, safe and natural, non-prescription coffee product has been shown to help. It elevates levels of dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins in the brain, which makes you happier. Just by drinking this special cup of coffee, many reported elevated mood, feeling more connected, having greater energy, clarity, and focus. Try it for yourself at firstcupisfree.com. Get a free sample at firstcupisfree.com.
John and Heidi.
Coming up, we've got your brain on drugs, but first, take a listen to this. A survey by the Allegheny Health Department found that sexually transmitted diseases are up by 34% in Beaver County, Pennsylvania. True story. I don't know why they checked that particular county. Gonorrhea has gone up by 34%. HIV has gone up by 300%. That is a whole lot of percent. 300%. I've got a link to that whole story if you want to read the whole darn thing. It's on our Facebook page. I just thought that was fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. I'm really glad that I'm an old married dude that, doesn't fool around, because there's a lot of weird stuff going around out there. I don't want none of that. I mean, I'm happy with what I got right here. It's good. This is good. So, yeah, that's just, I don't know, weird stuff. Thanks for listening. Your Brain on Drugs coming up.
John and Heidi.
Each day at this time, we talk about people doing dumb things under the influence, but addiction is no laughing matter. If you or someone you know needs help, there's a toll-free number you can call.
1-800-438-0380.
That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline.
1-800-438-0380.
And this is your brain on drugs. Back to the crazy beaches of Thailand, where a couple of drunken tourists were filmed having a little little nookie on the beach in broad daylight. And they could be sent to jail if they are caught. Police have launched a manhunt for the tourists who got frisky on Dongan Beach or Dongtan Beach. I'm probably not saying it right. It's from Thailand, and I'm not. It was at 8 a.m. After a night of partying. Their identities are not known. Officers in the resort area believe that they are Western origin. Onlookers said they were doing this for about 3 minutes before people started shouting at them to stop. The couple then disappeared down the beach. Officers checked the closed-circuit television to trace their footsteps and have interviewed staff and lifeguards from where the couple was being filmed. The couple could be fined if they're found guilty of public obscenity. They could even be sent to prison. So I understand.
Prison seems a bit extreme.
Yeah, maybe a bit. You don't do that. Get a room. I mean, you probably have one. Just go to that room. That's what happens, though, when you're drunk and your brain is on drugs and you're in Thailand.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Do you know who the actress Selma Blair is?
No, I do not.
Well, she's an actress. And now she says she was just joking when she said Cameron Diaz is retiring from acting. So she said that, and then Cameron Diaz said, "What? No, I'm not. I just haven't got a gig in a while." Anyway, turned into a big old cat fight, apparently. Kirstie Alley, I always used to just think she was adorable.
I know you did.
Back
You
in the day
loved
when
her.
she was on Cheers. And then there were some movies she was in. And then she just kind of went away for a while, and now she's kind of back. Well, I guess last week when Stephen Hawking died, she had posted a thing on Twitter, and there's people who are not too thrilled about this. Did you hear what she said?
No, what'd she say?
She said she posted a photo of Stephen Hawking saying, "You've had a good go of it. Thanks for your input."
Why are people freaking out about that?
I don't. Well, I guess it wasn't like it was mean, and it wasn't like it was nice. It was just kind of neutral. But people took it as though it was mean, and I understand. Because she's saying you had a good go of it. He made it like way longer than he was supposed to.
I don't think that was mean at all. I don't take that in a bad way at all.
But there were people who thought that it was really catty and not very nice.
Whatever.
So,
I thought that was a very nice thing to say.
As far as things on Twitter, that's probably the nicest thing that's ever been said. I mean, Twitter's not known for a place to put cozy, comfy, cushy, lovey little things. So yeah, that was from Kirstie Alley, and again, I'm not saying that I thought it was awesome, but I was like, well, that's not the meanest thing I've ever seen.
I thought it was very nice. I don't see a problem with it.
Yeah. Anyway, J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, told friends she's not pushing A-Rod, that's Alec Rodriguez, towards marriage. The two have been dating for a long time, and George Clooney is said to be considering a presidential run. So all of this in today's. Why are you laughing about that?
Oh gosh.
Has he ever played the president on a movie at least? That'd be some experience, wouldn't it?
I'm just not going to say anything.
Okay. Big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
John and Heidi.
You can go to college without student loans. Do you have a kid in 11th or 12th grade or in college? Let me save you time, energy, and most importantly, your hard-earned money. My name is Matthew Einstone, and I earned my undergraduate degree from the University of Texas and my master's from Prescott College with no loans. And I was an all-around average student. Not only am I a living example, but I have 10 years of proven results, not guesswork. Take my first course for free that walks you through my journey by going to learnwithoutloans.com.
Now your scoop of the day. A study by First Direct Bank found that 6 in 10 millennials are going through a quarter-life crisis. Wait a minute. Did you guys just make up a new term? Midlife crisis? Yeah, it's like halfway to the midlife crisis.
Okay, whatever.
So is that a new thing? Did they ever ask you that when you were their age?
No.
Hey, are you going through a quarter-life crisis? Heidi would say.
It's just more excuses as to why they're not behaving. So whatever. I mean, if they need to coin a phrase for it, go ahead.
It
just means you're a bunch of spoiled brats
here's the thing.
don't know how to behave.
No, not everybody. Only 6 in 10 of you. So there's you 4, awesome. High fives. The others, I don't understand that. Quarter life crisis. That never even used to be a thing, but I guess it is now. 2 Pittsburgh parents have reached a plea deal for this incident where they waterboarded their 12-year-old daughter.
Oh, boy.
Do you remember? We talked about that when they first got in trouble, but they reached a plea deal That was just a really bizarre story, and it's even more bizarre now that they had to do a plea deal. I'm like, what? I don't understand any of that. First of all, why would you waterboard a 12-year-old? I mean,
Trying to get her to confess to something, apparently.
In our household, we didn't do that till they were 15, so no, we didn't.
Did you put water in my vodka? Did
No.
you? Did
No,
you?
we didn't. We didn't waterboard anybody around here. The state of Missouri is now the new hotspot for weddings, but not for everybody. Weddings for 15-year-olds. I guess in the state of Missouri, they are the only place, that I believe, one of the only places where you can get married at age 15, and that has kind of become like a big thing for 15-year-olds wanting to get married, to go to Missouri and do that. Easter is coming up, and you know what that means? Peep season. I know somebody who loves Peeps. It's a person who's in the studio right now who's staring at me with this big smile, but she doesn't like to buy them and eat them. She likes to buy them, open them, let them get all dried out and gross, and then eat them. You might have a problem. Was there a video where they microwaved?
They're amazing.
They microwaved a Peep and it
it gets
swelled way
huge.
up.
Yeah.
Now I want to try that. So I'm going to have to go get me some Peeps. 4.2 million Peeps are made each day, and it takes 6 seconds to make one Peep. So there you go. And then it takes Heidi 1 month to age them properly. What is that? Aged Peeps. Stay back. Those are mine. I've never, ever seen anyone else do that. So now if you try it, and you don't
They're
like it.
so much better when they're
If
when
you try
they're
it and you don't
hard.
like it, don't blame me. It's Heidi that does that. I don't do that. The FDA plans to reduce the amount of nicotine that can be used in a cigarette. They're saying, hey, a little less nicotine, and then it's going to be all good.
Okay.
Sure, that's it. That's the part that's bad. When it comes to stuffed animals, this story, by the way, is just bizarre, and I would have never guessed this. When it comes to stuffed animals, men are the real softies. A new study found that 84% of men still have at least one stuffed animal. Can we really call them men then? Come on, guys. Do I have any stuffed animals?
I don't think you
I don't
do.
think so. I don't think I ever did. And honestly, dudes, if you have a stuffed animal, I'm just busting your chops. That's cool. You can do that. Whatever you want to do. It says 84% of men, according to this survey,
84%.
still have at least one stuffed animal, compared to 77% of women. And then more information here says more men than women take teddy bears to bed as a partner substitute when sleeping alone. A survey from Travelodge found 15% of women resorted to cuddling with a teddy bear when their man was away, but 20% of men snuggled with a teddy bear when their sweetie was away. Of the 2,000 people surveyed, 63% said they needed a bedtime cuddle to sleep, with many of them saying they resort to hugging a pillow. Now, I've done that before when the two of us are apart. If I'm traveling or whatever, there are times that I'm gone. And here's the thing. Over the last, because we've been 18 years, like in the beginning, there was a lot of cuddling involved. The last, 17 and a half years, she's just pushed me away anyway. Keeps getting bigger and bigger beds. We went from a full to a queen, from a queen to a king, and now she's looking at a bed that takes up more space than our bedroom allows. So
That is awesome.
she's like, we should get one of these. I'm like, Heidi, that wouldn't even fit in the living room. I don't know where you're going to put that, but to build a new house just to hold the bed.
No, I don't like anybody touching me when I
Yeah,
sleep.
I've noticed this. 18 years. We've been married. I know what you're talking about. This has been the Scoop of the Day, brought to you by FirstCupIsFree.com.
John and Heidi.
Radio really works. That's a pretty bold statement, but it's true. If you advertise on the radio the right way, you'll see results. I've said for years, advertising costs money, but effective advertising makes money. The only difference between spending money and making money is that one word, effective. Let us help you make your advertising more effective. Learn more at RadioReallyWorks.com. We do radio jingles and creative ads to help you get better results with the money you're already spending. Hear examples at RadioReallyWorks.com. That's RadioReallyWorks.com.
John and Heidi.
It's time right now for my favorite program, something we do every Tuesday just because we can. We pick up the phone and we call my father-in-law for a little program we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
It's Tuesdays with Charlie on the John and Heidi Show.
How you doing, Charlie?
Let's change it to Wednesdays with Bob.
Wednesdays with Bob.
Who's Bob?
Well, we'll make something up.
Oh, you want us to call somebody else?
Yeah,
It sounds
that
like
would
you're,
be a bad idea.
Sounds like you're still trying to sober up, honestly.
And then I think I told you this just not too long ago.
All right.
It isn't a big band unless it has 14 different instruments.
I thought you said 13 last time.
14.
Oh, was it? Oh, that's right. We said if it's 13, it's a pretty good-sized band, but then if you have 14, it's a big band.
Big band, yeah, there you
All
go.
right. Now we know.
Let's see here. Oh, if an entire family is overweight, the odds are a dog is too.
I think this is like a greatest hits. Didn't you tell us all this stuff one other
Is your
time?
staff like on
Except for
vacation?
your dog.
Yeah, our dogs are pretty skinny, and we're not.
They're anorexic. Dogs are. Not that they're stupid, too, but...
They kind of are.
We still
and
love
then,
them.
did you know that the Playboy Bunny outfit was the first service uniform registered with the United States Patent and Trademark Office?
We did not know that.
That would have been back in the 50s.
Nice.
A Playboy connoisseur like me would know that.
Yeah.
Okay, outside of fluff here, the average person only speaks 10 minutes a day.
No kidding?
That's not. You know what? I don't hardly speak much. It's in my house. I can't get a word in edgewise between John and Troy.
Our son, he's in the other room, so I'm not going to say it too loud. But he just talked for
When he's
9
not
hours
around.
straight.
Not when he's around.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then once again, he's not average.
No, he's not average. That's awesome. We love him just the way he is.
Well, he's something.
Yes, he is.
Hey, then the steps at the top and the 2 steps at the top and the 2 steps at the bottom are the 4 most dangerous steps in a staircase.
Oh yeah. I think you told us that too.
Is this an old list?
Because I just proved it here last week. I fell down the last one of the bottom.
You fell down the steps?
Well, I was on the second one, and then they said the second.
Did you get hurt?
Well, I missed the last one.
Did you get hurt?
And your mother laughed at me.
Well, did you get hurt?
And yes, there was some alcohol involved.
Okay, again, did you get hurt?
Not severely, no.
Just your ego? Just a
I'm in a
bruised,
wheelchair, but that's all right.
just a bruised ego.
I think we did this whole list not too long ago.
We're trying to be polite on it. We're trying to be polite on this end of the line.
This is for the people that missed it when we did it.
We're just smiling and nodding.
Hey, then I got one last thing for you.
Okay, what
I
is
bet
it?
I know what it is.
Why don't you tell me what it is? Is this safe to die?
No, I'll let you. Go ahead.
That's because you can't remember.
I don't remember. Just like you couldn't remember doing the whole darn thing.
Well, when you drink, things like that happen.
There's a lot of
Forget
forgetting.
a lot of things.
A lot of forgetting going on lately. You ready for a question from us, Charlie?
Well, I'm going to forget talking to you guys today, too.
Today's Tuesday? What? All right, here's the question for you.
I think the answer is 38.
Well, you're close. All right.
Well, if you had the same questions I did,
The largest snowflake ever recorded measured how many inches across? And it's not 38. It's less than that.
it's 2.3.
No, the largest snowflake ever? Come on, Charlie. It's got to be bigger than that. 2.3 inches? We're talking about...
Big snowflake.
The
That'll
big-
knock
That
you
would
out
be
if
a
it
big
hit you.
snowflake.
Well, the biggest ever measured was 15 inches, so it was over a foot.
Oh, you're on drugs.
If you got hit by that snowflake, it saw you in half.
I'm going to throw this list away because I think we did it.
That would be a good idea.
Well, Charlie, it's always a pleasure. Thank you for taking the time to visit with us.
It's more of an experience than a pleasure.
It is. That indeed. Bye, Charlie.
Bye, Daddy.
We'll talk to you next week. Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there. We talk to him every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little program we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
John and Heidi.
In a world that constantly tells you you're not good enough,
12 easy ways to lose weight now.
it's easy to start believing that. I'm Amanda Johnson. I have a new perspective on the self-help genre. My book, Becoming Enough, A Heroine's Journey to the Already Perfect Self, will guide you to find your own happiness. Learn to block out the distractions of what the world thinks and learn to be happy with who you truly are. Becoming Enough. Available now on Amazon or learn more at amandajohnson.tv.
John and Heidi.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The Katzenklavier, which means cat piano in German, was a musical instrument made out of cats.
Really?
Yeah, let me explain. A 17th century German scholar, let's call him a scholar because, weirdo probably isn't the right word. German scholar by the name of Amtianus Kirchner. It consisted, he's the guy that designed this thing, consisted of a row of caged cats, each cat with a different voice pitch, who would be played by a keyboardist driving nails into their tails.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that is not a good idea.
Oh.
So they would just poke the tail with this thing, and then the cat would meow, 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 meow. I mean, I heard
that is terrible.
I heard Jingle Bells played by barking dogs once, and that was pretty interesting. But I don't want to hear anything played by this cat piano, the Katzenklavier. It's a bad idea. This has been a fun fact courtesy of LearnWithoutLoans.com.
John and Heidi.
Sadly, more than 350 million people suffer from depression. Scientifically, your actual brain chemistry levels are affected. Now, a breakthrough, safe and natural, non-prescription coffee product has been shown to help. It elevates levels of dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins in the brain, which makes you happier. Just by drinking this special cup of coffee, many reported elevated mood, feeling more connected, having greater energy, clarity, and focus. Try it for yourself at firstcupisfree.com. Get a free sample at firstcupisfree.com.
John and Heidi.
'Tis time now for the grandiloquent word of the day. You ready for this, Heidi?
Yes.
Your grandiloquent word today is scurryfunge. Scurryfunge or scurryfungy. I don't know if there's like an E at the end. It's SCURRYFUNGE. But it doesn't, it looks like it's just scurryfunge. So what do you think scurryfunge means?
I have no idea what scurryfunge means.
It's a verb, to rush around cleaning when company is on their way over. We
I do that
scurryfunge
a
a
lot.
lot. Yeah. We've got some friends that are going to be coming over here very soon, so we should scurryfunge and
I do that a
get
lot.
things ready. And when I say really soon, I mean they're going to be here for Easter, so we got head start. It's also a hasty tidying of the house between the time you see a neighbor and the time they knock on the door. Scurryfunge. And if you do that, that makes you pretty darn normal. This is your, even though the word is really not, this is your grandiloquent word of the day.
John and Heidi.
You can go to college without student loans. Do you have a kid in 11th or 12th grade or in college? Let me save you time, energy, and most importantly, your hard-earned money. My name is Matthew Einstone, and I earned my undergraduate degree from the University of Texas and my master's from Prescott College with no loans. And I was an all-around average student. Not only am I a living example, but I have 10 years of proven results, not guesswork. Take my first course for free that walks you through my journey by going to LearnWithoutLoans.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by firstcupisfree.com. 3 rings and a bracelet worth $100,000 were accidentally dumped in the garbage.
Oh, boy.
And all of a Georgia county had to do was find the black bag and nearly 10 tons of trash that contained the diamond jewelries.
No.
So they were, it's like searching for
That
a
would
needle in a
make you
haystack.
sick, wouldn't it?
Well, listen to what happened, though. Hall County Solid Waste Director Johnny Vickers tells WSBT Television a woman made a distraught call to the landfill Friday saying she accidentally threw out her jewelry. Vickers says timing is everything in the game to recover something. He assembled a team of 5 employees to help sift through the trash, where trucks would bring roughly 300 tons of it every day. After checking logs, they narrowed their search to a 20-minute window and to 9 or 10 tons of garbage. A few hours later, the employees picked up 1 trash bag, and it had the jewelry inside of it. I've got a link to the story.
She is so lucky.
$100,000.
How do you accidentally throw away jewelry like that?
I don't know. By not taking good care of it. That's how you do that. So take better care of your stuff, and you don't have to worry about that. That's just a really great story that it ended the way it ended. Coming up, we've got your moment of duh.
John and Heidi.
Now, your moment of duh, courtesy of LearnWithoutLoans.com. An Oklahoma mom named Patricia Ann Spahn, who once married her son, will now go to jail for marrying her daughter.
What?
The 46-year-old mom and her 26-year-old daughter got married in the town of Lawton about 17 months after same-sex marriage became legal in the state of Oklahoma. To get around the potential snag of their shared family name, Patricia Spahn listed her name as Patricia Ann Clayton on the pair's marriage license application filed there in that county. For her part in marrying her daughter, 2 years after she was legally allowed to contact her children following an annulled marriage to her biological son,
gosh.
she'll serve time in jail now in Oklahoma. So
What a nut.
I don't know what's going on there. That is just a bizarre story. I don't know. Maybe that should have been our weird news, and the weird news should have been the lady that threw away $100,000 worth of jewelry. Maybe that should have been the moment of duh. I think I kind of got those mixed up because that's probably some weird news there. Anyway. It's all courtesy of LearnWithoutLoans.com.
John and Heidi.
In a world that constantly tells you you're not good enough,
12 easy ways to lose weight now.
it's easy to start believing that. I'm Amanda Johnson. I have a new perspective on the self-help genre. My book, Becoming Enough, A Heroine's Journey to the Already Perfect Self, will guide you to find your own happiness. Learn to block out the distractions of what the world thinks and learn to be happy with who you truly are. Becoming Enough, available now on Amazon, or learn more at amandajohnson.tv.
John and Heidi.
Coming up, we've got some good news, but now kind of some weird news. What do they know at Costco that we don't know?
Why?
They're selling a $6,000 doomsday meal kit. What's going on, Costco? You know something? It says, you ever wonder what you'd snack on while the world collapses around you? Costco has you covered. A threat of nuclear war, apocalyptic predictions. They have a new doomsday preparedness kit for 6,000 smackers. And it says it'll feed your family for a year. The kit has about 2,000 calories per day per person, and the goods have a shelf life of up to 30 years. There's things like elbow macaroni, instant milk, dehydrated potatoes, beef and chicken. Doesn't sound delicious to me by any means.
Honestly, something like that is a very good idea to have
It is,
on hand no matter what.
But $6,000 worth of stuff?
Well,
It says
how long are you going to be,
I don't know. Freeze-dried fruits and veggies in a mysterious butter powder to fulfill your culinary creativity. Naturally, the Twitterverse has a ton to say about it. A lot of folks on there are saying that they think Costco might be onto something. Another guy said, I might do this because then I wouldn't have to buy groceries for a year. Yeah, but then what happens if there is a problem? You're like, man, I shouldn't have eaten all the groceries. I've got a link to that story because I just thought it was kind of interesting. Facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Good news on the way.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It's coming your way courtesy of Odiva. That's also good news for people who don't like to go to the store. It is a monthly subscription service for Ladies Monthly Visitor. For all those items, they bring it right to you. All the details at radiosavings.com. And this story was shared by my beautiful bride, Heidi, and I think this is pretty darn cool. Again, animals amaze me. This dog helped keep a woman alive while she spent 3 days injured and lost in a forest.
I love this.
A dog walker named Annette Porias, I'm probably saying it wrong, anyway, had a rough couple of nights. She set off for a hike with 3 dogs, but while hiking through a forest, she fell and injured her leg. She walked for 2 hours into the woods but slipped on a log and lost her phone. She was stuck in damp conditions with 3 dogs who wanted to go home, but together they made it through. Took 3 days for anyone to find her, but now her husband, Marcel Portrias, again, I probably said the name wrong, I'm sorry, has revealed how she's doing now and how she survived this traumatic incident. Says she's doing good, no broken bones or anything. She's basically just needs to be on an IV. It's more of a situation of trauma to her muscle from when she fell and was crawling around trying to get to where the helicopter could see her. She basically had to lay there for quite a while. She couldn't move, no broken bones, but she got a muscle damage right in a spot that didn't allow her to get up. So, and how did she make it through? It was because of the help of these 3 dogs.
How cool is
absolutely
that? Dogs
amazing.
are so awesome.
Yeah, and I'm just glad that she didn't, if she was there much longer, she would have had to have eaten the dogs. So I'm just being silly. I know that. Thank goodness that didn't have to happen. I do have a link to the story if you'd like to read it. It's on our Facebook page. And if you ever come across good news, always keep us in mind. Heidi shared that one with me, but I have others that are shared from listeners, and I love it when listeners share the good news because that means when you see good news, you think of us. I love that. Makes me feel really good. I also like it when you find other stories and share it because that means you think of us. Usually it's when people do something really stupid. And they go, hey, this made me think of you. I'm like, hopefully it's because you wanted me to share it, not because you think I'm a knucklehead like that. All right. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. If you want to see that story or share a story, our Facebook page is facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
Time now for the bonus break on the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. This month is Women's History Month, a time to celebrate female empowerment and ingenuity. And on the line with us, we have Kia Malone. And Kia is, we've actually had a chance to visit with her in the past a few times, but she's had the opportunity to be on a bunch of programs around the country. When you turn on the TV or if you turn on the radio, you'll hear Kia. Kia, how are you doing today?
I am fabulous. Thanks for having me.
Well, we're excited to visit with you. So based on your experience as a mother and as a teacher, what are some of your tips for how women can motivate and inspire the next generation of women to dream big?
Sure. You know what? Just simply pay attention to what your child loves to do. If your child is interested in science, if they're always making their own little experiments around the house, then maybe look for a summer program at your local science museum. Or if they want to own their own business, maybe check with your local chamber of commerce to find some businesses that offer mentors or even an internship for your children. My daughter loves makeup and science, and so I always tell her, you keep this up and you get good grades in science and math, you can go work for a cosmetics company. I try to help her think outside the box and not think of the standard typical jobs that we know of in science and math, and maybe do something fun and get them interested in that.
That's a great idea. Now, you've got some bags with you there today that help promote women's achievements. Let's talk about what the bags are and how all of that works.
Sure. In honor of Women's History Month, Stacy's Pita Chips is celebrating the achievement of women, past, present, and future, by releasing these limited edition original art packaging showing how women are rising to the occasion. And Stacy's will donate to Step Up, which is an organization aimed at helping girls in under-resourced areas reach their potential as well.
That's awesome. Now, the Stacy's story is quite a story, isn't it? The founder of the company, a huge success story. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Certainly. Well, Stacy's Pita Chips was founded by Stacy Madison, and she's a strong, passionate businesswoman who basically transformed her Boston pita chip food cart into a household name. And, she stopped at nothing to making it happen, and they are hoping to encourage other people to reach their dreams as well.
That is amazing. And that's quite a success story for anybody, but, a great opportunity to talk about it this month during Women's History Month. And where can a person find Stacy's Chips? Are they kind of all over the country now, or are they still just in a certain part of the country?
Oh, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. You can go to staceyssnacks.com for more information. The bags are available online, and you can also upload your own pic with your bag on social media using the hashtag #RisingToTheOccasion, #Stacy's.
That is awesome. Very, very cool. Well, Kia, thank you so much for taking some time to chat with us about this today, and congratulations on all the success you have had. Do you have any other big projects that you're working on right now, things that are coming up here real soon?
Boy, we are always having fun and giving you the news and information you need to know right there on the Daily Buzz, so always look forward to that every week.
Well, it's always good to see you there, and it's always fun to chat with you when we get the chance to do it. Kia, thank you again.
Thanks for having me.
Again, lifestyle expert Kia Malone, and we're chatting today about Women's History Month, and I'm going to throw a link to Stacy's to get you all the details on how you can be a part of that contest. All of the details for that at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.